Hello and welcome back to Rosie Sews Modern Vintage. I'm Rosie and it is really lovely to have you here. So today's video is an exciting one because it is just over a year since we ran the exciting sewing challenge that was called Swap, Share, Sew. It was about making new sewing friends and getting some nice goodies in the post as well. So I'm going to tell you all about that as well as my latest sewing project. So back in September 2019, Jane from Loopy Mabel's Closet and myself started a sewing challenge called Swap, Share, Sew. The intention was to make new sewing friends, which is what Jane and I were able to do. We found each other and formed a really lovely friendship, which we've treasured ever since. And we wanted to help other people do the same, particularly if you're maybe in an area where you don't have any sewing friends, or if none of your friends are particularly interested in sewing and all you have is Instagram. We thought it would be really nice to help people find like-minded sewing friends. So Swap, Share, Sew 2019 was born. Now there's been some changes to it this year, some slight sort of tweaks to try hopefully make it easier for people to get involved, and also obviously to change it up to make it fun. So the first thing that I wanted to tell you is exactly what Swap, Share, Sew is. It's called Swap because you are going to be finding some stuff from your haberdashery stash that you can send to your sewing partner. And it's called Share because as much as it's about sending presents to each other, it is also about sharing a love of sewing and making friends. So what we hope is that although you'll have a fab time swapping your goodies, you'll also actually make a friendship that you can enjoy for a long time to come. Now in the parcel this year, what we decided to send each other, and what you will also be sending to each other, is first of all some haberdashery that's going to match in with your partner's next project. So you'll tell each other what your project is and the fabric you're planning to use, and then you will sort of go away and have a look in your stash and see what things they might be able to use from your selection. So for instance, you could send some ribbon or some kind of trim, you could send buttons, you could send I'm just trying to think now, bias binding, beads, there's so much that you could send, a fat quarter of fabric that they could use in some way. There's so much that you could choose, but obviously you don't want to go too mad, so we're saying limit the amount you send. If you don't find anything in your stash, then when you go shopping, please don't go out and buy lots of stuff. Perhaps limit it to £10, 10 British pounds sterling, if you're abroad. Just so that you can try and keep the cost down, and we don't want anybody to be put under pressure. This is about having fun rather than spending lots of money. And then, as well as those things in the parcel, also some kind of handmade element. Now I know a lot of people did send handmade elements last year. We saw some beautiful machine embroidered labels, hand stitched brooches, all sorts of lovely things. And so we thought actually that again is a really nice way of sharing that love of sewing with each other. So we came up with a few ideas for this, but really it's down to you to interpret it how you want to. Jane has designed a PDF pattern of a pocket bag. So she sent to me 4 pieces of the pocket, 2 for each side, that I could sew into my dress, which is the one I'm wearing. So she found out what fabric I was using so that she could cut the pockets out of something that coordinated. I, on the other hand, decided to make Jane a sew-in label. So I didn't actually stitch this, there wasn't very much stitching involved. I used some heat transfer vinyl. Now I'm lucky because I've got a scan and cut machine by Brother, which is a little bit like the Cricut machines that you might have seen. So you can make a design on your laptop or on the unit itself, and then it will print something out in heat transfer vinyl. Not print, cut something out of the heat transfer vinyl that then you can iron onto a t-shirt, a bag or a label. So pop on over to Jane's channel and you can have a look in more detail as to what I made for her. But just to give you an idea that those are two things that you could make. You could do one of those or you could do something else yourself. If you would like to make the pocket bags, you don't need to do any sewing, it's just literally cutting out the 4 pieces, and you don't have a pattern, then do get in touch with Jane because she will very happily email you the PDF for the pocket bags. So what did Jane and I make? Well, I'm not going to tell you about Jane's project because you'll have to go over to her YouTube video that was also launched today to find out what she made. But for myself, I made the Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress out of this gorgeous cotton from Minerva in it's black with proper sparkly gold. I don't know if I can get it to show up in the light, but sparkly gold dots, and I love it. I've got the pockets included in the dress, so I'll insert a little picture here of the pockets in situ, and it was really nice to sew them in. And now every time I put sweeties or whatever, probably more like doggy poo bags to be fair, when I'm taking the dog for a walk, but anyway, whatever I'm putting in my pockets, I will always think of Jane when I'm doing it. So the question is, of course, how can you get involved? Well, it's very easy. By the 16th, so you've got a week today, please message myself or Jane over on Instagram. It is important that you do it on Instagram because we don't always get messages so quickly on YouTube. So please pop over to Instagram and message us on there. You will also need to follow both of us so that we are aware of your Instagram and we can follow you back so we can see any of your makes, even if you're private. Now, once the deadline has finished on the 16th, we will then start partnering everybody up. So by the 21st, you will hear, 21st of October, you will hear who your swap partner is. And then the fun begins because you can contact each other and just start finding out a bit about each other to help you in determining what you're going to send them. Obviously, you also need to have a project in mind. So have a think about something that you have had maybe on your list for ages that you wanted to make, or something that you've already got cut out, but you want the sort of the push to get it sewn up. Anything that you fancy making, tell your swap partner what you're going to do, and then obviously the fabric as well, so that they can put something together that's going to coordinate with what you're making. And then you need to get those parcels in the post. When you do post your parcels, we would like you to get proof of posting, please. You don't need to send it recorded delivery if you don't want to. I know that is more money, but do get proof of posting so that if the parcel goes missing, you can at least claim your expenses back. And also, please know that because we're just partnering people up, we can't be held responsible for any parcels that don't arrive. That is out of our remit, really. Although if you do have any problems, perhaps if your swap partner's not getting in touch or you have any problems like that, do let us know because we will try and help if we possibly can. We really want you to try and shop your stash at home. But again, if you do decide to go out and purchase anything, please do keep it under the price of £10 so that you don't feel under pressure to spend too much money. So that is all of the ways to enter. Once you have made your garment, if you could please pop that up onto Instagram using the hashtag SwapShareSew2020, And please feel free to use that for the whole of the challenge, because we love to see swap parcels, we love to see works in progress and all the rest of it. Don't feel that you have to save it for the final finished article. Please feel free to use it as much as you can. Please post a picture of your finished garment on the 27th of November. Hopefully you'll have plenty of time to get your garment made by then. And then once all the photographs are uploaded onto Instagram, we can then search through them and we can choose 4 winners. Now, what will those winners get and how will we choose? Well, the categories are divided into 2. So there's 2 categories for UK and 2 categories for international. The categories are best garment and also best use of your parcel. So for instance, if you got sent, let's say 3 things and you were able to incorporate all 3 things into your garment, we can then judge who out of all the people that used up all of their parcel did the best job of incorporating them. It's a bit subjective, so we're going to go with what makes us smile, but that's going to be one category, and also our favourite garment. So there's going to be that for the UK and also for international. The prizes. For the UK, we have been very lucky to have 2 wonderful companies get on board with us, which is Emporia Patterns and also Felicity Fabrics. Now, Emporia Patterns are offering a lovely bundle of goodies, including 3 meters of some of their beautiful viscose and one of their new brooches that they have just launched, which are scissors, and they're in collaboration with Ernest & Wright, the beautiful scissor company. It's one of those pins and a few other sewing goodies as well. And I think they're even going to include a pattern of your choice as well. So that's one prize. And the other prize is from Felicity Fabrics, and that is a voucher to spend in their store. So 2 fabulous prizes for the UK entrants. And of course, international entrants, we're not going to forget you. For the 2 categories there is a prize for each one, and they are PDF patterns. One will be contributed by the lovely Maven Patterns. You can choose one PDF pattern from there, and the other prize will be donated by Pattern Union. Now, Jane and I have both made stuff from Pattern Union and we're big fans, as Jane is of Maven Patterns. I've actually never had a chance to use their patterns, but they seem to be really gorgeous. So both of those prizes look like be really fab and great fun for you to try out. So that is everything from me today. I hope that you have enjoyed hearing all about our Swap Share Sew challenge, and we are so excited to get started. So please do come over to Instagram, say hello, follow us both, and put your name down to be on the list of swappers. So in the meantime, have a wonderful week. Happy swapping and happy sewing. Bye.